This is a production of PBS Charlotte.
The following episode of Charlotte Cooks is brought to you by Central Piedmont Community College and viewers like you. Thank you.
Next on Charlotte Cooks, we're doing beer battered shrimp and onion rings. Welcome to this edition of Charlotte Cooks. I'm Chef Pamela Roberts, and joining me in the kitchen today we have Ashley Lineburger, and she's going to be helping me making some beer battered onion rings, right?
Yes, Chef.
I'm really glad you're helping me today.
Thank you.
Have you done this before?
No.
Well, you're going to do just fine. So let's make our batter first.
All right.
And so with our batter, what kind of ingredients do we need?
We have flour, eggs, baking powder,
Okay.
salt, and some beer.
Well, that sounds like a real simple batter.
Yeah, very simple.
Why don't we show everybody how it goes together?
First, we're going to beat our eggs.
We don't have to get it light and fluffy or
No.
anything like that. We're just going to break it up so it goes into the dry goods really easy, right?
Yes, Chef. So I'm going to pour in my eggs,
Okay,
and I'm going to pour in my flour.
there you go. Then you're going to whisk that together. And you have some baking soda or baking powder here?
Baking powder.
That's going to give it a nice light, lacy texture. And we're going to use a pinch of salt. Then we're going to add our liquid. What's our liquid?
Beer.
We're just going to add it slowly. And we don't need this whole thing, do we?
No.
So now what we've done is we've taken onions and we've cut them into nice big juicy pieces. Juicy onions. What are we going to do with these?
We're going to dip them in our batter.
Jump, jump. There you go. So now we've got each of the pieces of onion evenly coated with the batter mix. Let's go ahead and drop them in our hot oil.
Awesome.
Our oil is 375 degrees, 350 degrees, either way. They're going to start getting beautiful golden brown. I don't know about you guys, but I love onion rings. In fact, when I find someone who makes a good onion ring, I've been known to follow them around town. Ooh, look at that. That looks great. What are you going to do when you graduate, Ashley?
When I graduate from CPCC, I would love to continue my education. And
Doing what?
I'd love to go to the Culinary Institute of America.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What are you going to do there?
I'd love to get my bachelor's degree
Okay.
in culinary arts in either food science or business management.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. You can do so much with food science.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, food science is so exciting.
It's so cool.
It's a really dynamic aspect of our culinary industry too.
Yeah.
It's very exciting. In fact, everything you see in the grocery store, it started with food science.
Yeah.
So when these come out, we're going to put them on this paper towel to drain them.
All right.
And then we're going to put a couple more in there, and we're going to plate them, and we're going to have onion rings.
All right.
I love onion rings.
Me too.
Nothing like an onion ring, guys. I mean, really. My husband and I like them better than French fries. I don't know. Do you like them better than French fries?
Oh yeah. Onion rings are amazing.
Got a nice golden brown on them? Oh, those look beautiful.
Yes, they do.
You won't find a frozen onion ring that looks like that, folks.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's
gorgeous.
All right. We ready for more?
Yes, Chef.
Okay, I tell you what. You fry. I'll stick them in there, okay?
Sounds good.
Ooh, yum.
They smell so good.
They really do. So we'll get this batch done. You know what? While we're waiting for these to go, we can actually put those others on the platter because they're nice and drained
Yes,
now.
we can.
Press those down
All right.
to give us room to put those. Let's put these on here. So
I'm
what?
gonna salt them real
We're
quick.
gonna salt them. Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Just a little bit of salt on top. Because salt is one of those magic seasonings. It makes a difference.
Yes, it does.
I'm gonna put the big ones on the bottom. Oh my goodness! I just want to eat these. Can you guys look the other way? These are really good. Nice job, Ashley.
Thank you, Chef.
So nice and crisp and light. It's that baking soda and the beer that makes this beautiful like this. Oh my goodness. Those look like they're nice and done, don't they?
Yes, they
A
do.
light golden brown, light and fluffy. Ooh, yum, they look delicious.
Yes. Gorgeous. All right.
There we go.
There we go.
There we go. Oh my goodness. Can you guys hear this crunch, crunch, crunch over here? I mean, yummy. All right, a little bit of salt.
Yep.
Ashley, why don't you take these and put them on that plate?
All right.
Look at how beautiful they are.
They're gorgeous. Doesn't get much better than this.
No, it doesn't. I like this better than the bloomin' onions, those great big flower things. You know, you
Yep.
can actually do those, but I like these so much better. Oh, that's beautiful, Ashley. Nice
Thank you,
job.
Chef.
We made these from Vidalia onions. There are our beer battered onion rings. Nothing goes better with beer battered onion rings than beer battered shrimp. Right, Amaris?
Right.
So joining me on this segment is Amaris Wilkins, and she's going to help me make some beer battered shrimp. So first we're going to make some beer batter, right?
Right.
So let's put that egg in there and whisk it up. Same as with the onion rings, we're going to use pretty much the same batter. We're using an egg. You put that in the bowl and you loosen it up. We're going to add some beer. We're going to wash it froth up. Ooh, big foamy. Isn't that fun?
Yeah.
Pinch of salt, another pinch of salt, and some baking powder. And we're using baking powder so that the batter gets light and crispy and really, it's not heavy. We want it to be light. All right, so now, oh, it smells good, but then beer smells good anyway. We're going to stir that flour in here until we get a consistency of a pancake batter. How's that? Oh, that looks good.
Yeah.
Dip a shrimp in there. Let's see what happens. One of the things that we're going to look at here is we're going to dip a shrimp in there, and if the batter just completely runs off like water, then it's not thick enough. So we'll add a little more flour, and if it stays on there, then we are going to be good to go and drop it into the oil. That looks like it's going to be perfect, doesn't it?
Yes.
So Amaris, just drop that right in our oil. We've cut the shrimp so they're not going to curl on us when we cook them. And so we're going to have nice long pieces of shrimp when they're done. And make sure you season them before you dip them in your batter. Oh, they look great. So Amaris, you're not quite halfway through, are you? You're starting
No.
bake shop this semester, aren't you?
Right.
Oh, that's awesome. Do you like to bake?
Yes, I do. I actually work at the local bakery here.
Well, are you learning a lot there?
Yes.
You're going to learn a lot when you get into bake shop. Do you like culinary school?
I do so far. It's pretty fun.
What's your favorite thing so far?
Probably knife skills.
Knife skills,
yeah.
You've got wicked good knife skills, girl. You keep
Thank
practicing because you'll have really good ones. Do you like fried food?
I do.
What's your favorite fried food?
Probably chicken tenders.
Yeah,
Chicken tenders,
I know, yeah. Chicken. Sometimes I'm driving down the street and I can't help it, but I'll drive by one of our fast food places that smells like fried chicken.
Right.
I just got to go make fried chicken. I love fried chicken. Ooh, all right. Fish some of these out that are done nice and golden brown. We're going to drain them. The nice thing about doing shrimp the way we've cut these is that they're not going to curl up into little bitty circles, but they're going to stay nice and long, and they're going to look like a good substantial shrimp for you. I think they're done. Oh, they look fantastic. Amaris, you did a great job on these battered shrimp.
Thank you.
Welcome, Thomas. You're going to show us how we're preparing these shrimp so they don't curl up into little circles, and you're going to show us a little different procedure for cooking the shrimp. We did battered already, and now we're going to do
breaded.
And what's the difference? You're going to see it. So show us first how we're going to take these shrimp and make them so they don't curl up when you cook them.
You get your shrimp, and you're gonna just lay it on its back while holding it.
It's already been deveined on one side, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it's
These
not
have
the
already
deveined
been-
side. It's the other side, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're gonna lay it on its back, and you're gonna take a simple small knife, and along the stomach of the shrimp, you're gonna just make shallow incisions.
Are you going all the way or just little bitty ones?
No, just little bitty.
Okay.
And then you're gonna take your shrimp and push it down, and you're gonna crack it. You're gonna feel the pop.
Feels like you're breaking its back, don't
Yep.
you?
It's gonna have to see a chiropractor pretty soon.
Yeah.
So-
You definitely want to feel that crack, don't you, when you
Yes.
push it down there, right?
If you don't feel a pop, you didn't do it right.
If you don't feel the pop, it's going to curl on you. Oh, that looks great.
We already have a few already popped.
Okay.
So what we're going to do is we're going to season them with a little bit of salt and pepper. And you want to season them before you dredge them in your breading. So that way you know each piece has seasoning. If you season your flour, then you're not sure if each piece of shrimp is being
You took
seasoned.
my words. I was
Yeah.
just going to say that. I'm so glad you brought that up. That shows you're listening in class. Because I say that.
Yeah.
A lot of people will come and say, well, I seasoned the flour. Well, you can't be sure that the seasoned flour is going to get on your product. But if you season the product, you know that it's well seasoned, right?
Right.
All right.
Next, you're going to take your shrimp, and you have 3 containers here. First one's going to have flour. Then you're going to have an egg wash, which is just beaten eggs and water. And you're going to have your breadcrumbs. Today we're using panko because I love the Japanese.
I do too. It's really crunchy.
Yeah.
And it's light and a lot better than the Italian breadcrumbs, I think.
Right, yeah.
Because they're bigger, they're fluffier, and it just makes a really nice crunchy unit, doesn't it?
It does.
So once we, show us how we do that.
So you're going to grab it by the tail, and you're going to dredge it in your flour.
And the reason for doing that is to get all the moisture absorbed off of the surface of the shrimp. And then we're going to add egg wash. and that's going to moisten that flour, and it's going to give us a surface that allows the breadcrumbs to stick to it. If we didn't use the flour, and I'm sure that you guys have all experienced this when you've bought frozen like onion rings in the grocery store, and you cook them and all the breading falls off, right? Well, that happens because a moisture gets between the product and the breading, and by putting the flour on first, and then your egg wash, and then your breadcrumbs, you don't have any barriers between the product and the breading, so it's going to stick. The breading are all dry ingredients, and the batter, as you've seen, can be beer, can be seltzer, it could be a lot of different things, but either way, it's always delicious, right?
Right.
Either way, you can't go wrong. How are they coming? They look good?
Really good.
Oh, they look like they're perfect. Look at that beautiful golden brown. Oh, good job, Thomas. These are so crispy.
I like to have that crunch when I...
Yeah, you know, what is it you like about that crunch?
It's just the texture. Like when you're eating it, it really gives it that freshness. When you don't have that crunch, you know, it's either been sitting out or wasn't really cooked
Like
all the way.
soggy French fries, right?
Yeah. I can't stand soggy French fries.
No, I'd rather eat potato chips than soggy French fries. But I like potato chips too. Golly, it's fried food. God, we just like fried food, don't we? We can't help ourselves. I love the way these come out nice and straight when you use that technique to break its back, so to speak. All right. Thomas, great job.
Thank
Look
you.
at that.
That looks perfect.
It does, doesn't it? Look at that, team effort. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Here we have our battered shrimp, and here we have our breaded shrimp. The breaded shrimp has a little bit more texture. The flavors are pretty much going to be the same because we didn't really season them any differently, but it's a matter of, do you like battered crunch or do you like breaded crunch? Next, we're going to be making a contemporary apple fritter, and joining me in the kitchen to put that together is Kelly Dopkine.
Hi.
Kelly, you're one of our students and you're almost ready to graduate, aren't you?
That's true.
Well, I'm glad you're here with me because I'm going to miss you.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Let's make our batter first, and what are we going to
Okay.
use in our batter?
So the first thing we're going to do is combine our dry ingredients.
Okay.
So we're going to start with our flour, white sugar, baking soda, and some kosher salt. Just going to give that a nice little stir together. And then we're going to move on to our wet ingredients.
Okay.
Whole milk, melted butter, and then 1 whole egg.
And now you're just going to whisk all that together.
Yes.
And you whisk that, Kelly, until it's nice and smooth, right?
Yes, get all these lumps out.
And it's not going to be a real thick batter. We're just going to use it as a nice, thin, crispy batter, so it's going to be light and lacy, isn't it?
Yes. You're all set. Now we'll just place that off to the
We're
side.
going to let that rest for a few minutes while we cut the apples, right? And so for the apples, we're going to be using a Granny Smith because they're nice and sour, and we're using a Honeycrisp because they're nice and sweet. A lot of times our apple fritters are made with chopped apples, but we are just going to cut these into wedges and make them that way. So cut your wedges and then stand it up and cut your seeds out, and then you can just go ahead and cut all your wedges very, very easily without having to worry about an apple core or anything like that. When you have all your apples cut, we're just going to take them and we're going to dip them into the batter, and then we're going to place them into the oil. And it's been on the heat, and it is up to 360 degrees, and that's just what we want it to do for it to cook fast enough to turn a beautiful golden brown and not turn our apples completely mushy.
Just gonna go ahead and dip these in.
And while that batter was sitting there for a few minutes, what's happening too is that flour is starting to absorb all those liquids we had in there, so it's going to really create a nice coating on those apples.
So right before you drop them in, you just want to let any excess strip off.
Ooh, beautiful.
That says all.
That's beautiful. And it's getting all nice and crispy and lacy already. I bet you could flip these and get those nice and golden brown. Oh yeah, look at that baby.
There we go.
And we're just pushing them down below the surface so they get golden brown. So we're just going to do this for a couple of minutes until they all get golden brown on either side. And you want to see that bubble action. If you don't have that bubble action, you're not frying. Ooh, look at those things.
Okay. So these can go right into our prepared cinnamon sugar.
And so how much sugar and cinnamon do you have?
I have equal amounts.
Equal amounts, okay.
Yes. So I'm just going to coat these now in this cinnamon sugar, and you want to coat them while they're still hot.
So what do you like about this?
I like that it's a different take on apples. It's just another thing you can do after you get back from the apple farm.
Yeah, there you go.
And you've got your bushels of apples. If you want to do something other than apple pie.
It is a nice way of using up those extra apples that are like hanging out on the counter, right? It is nice. Look at how nice and golden brown they are, and they smell so nice. Oh my goodness, it smells like autumn and harvest. I bet most people wouldn't even think about doing this for dessert, right?
No.
Let's just fry some apples.
But it was pretty quick.
Absolutely, it's
you know,
quick.
It's easy.
Yes. And the nice thing to put with this on the side, maple syrup, right? Oh my goodness, just a little drizzle of maple syrup on these babies. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, that's great,
All right,
Kelly.
our little beauties.
You want to put this on the side or do you want to drizzle?
Oh, I think we should drizzle.
Okay, drizzle.
Yeah.
Ooh, beautiful. Generous drizzle.
All right. Oh, yeah. And then some nice powdered sugar to top it off.
And so here we are. Modern fried apple fritters with cinnamon sugar and maple syrup. Thank you, Kelly.
Thank you.
This is a wonderful little treat. So thank you very, very much. I'm glad you were here. Good luck when you graduate.
Thank you.
If you'd like the recipe for these delicious morsels, you could get them off of our website at pbscharlotte.org, or you can send me an email at pamela.pamela.roberts@cpcc.edu, and I'll be happy to send you a copy of the recipes. I really want to thank everybody who joined me on the set today, my wonderful students. I couldn't have done it without them. There's a whole production goes on because of these students, and we really appreciate them. So thank you for watching this episode of Charlotte Cooks, and we'll catch you next time.
A production of PBS Charlotte.